The recording of We Are the World was a monumental event in the history of music and philanthropy, orchestrated with insane logistics and the participation of some of the biggest stars of the time. The story of how it all happened is as fascinating as the music itself. The seed of a brilliant idea. It all started with musician and activist Harry Belafonte, shocked by images of famine in Ethiopia that he saw on TV. He was inspired by the success of the song, Do They Know It's Christmas? By the Band Aid Group, UK. Then Harry contacted producer and activist Ken Cragen, manager of artists like Lionel Richie and Kenny Rogers. Belafonte suggested that American artists do something similar. Cragen embraced the idea passionately and quickly recruited Lionel Richie to help compose the song. Richie, in turn, called Michael Jackson, who readily accepted the challenge. The lightning composition. The duo Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie locked themselves in to compose. They worked intensely for about 4 days. The main melody and basic structure came from Richie, while Michael contributed the lyrics, harmonies, and much of the melody for the verses, especially the iconic chorus. The goal was to create a simple, easy-to-sing, and memorable song so that the message of unity and hope would be universal. With the song ready, the legendary figure of Quincy Jones was called to produce. The idea was to gather as many superstars as possible. Cragen had a stroke of genius. Used the 1985 American Music Awards, taking place on January 28th in Los Angeles. Many of America's biggest artists would be in the city for the awards, making it easier to gather them. Invitations were sent in a rush, via phone and fax. The date and location. A&M Recording Studios in Hollywood. Were kept secret to avoid the press and fans. Columbia Records was the financial sponsor and distributor of the song. The legendary night. January 28, 1985. After the American Music Awards, dozens of stars were directed to the studio. The atmosphere was one of respect and a common purpose. At the studio door, an iconic sign by Quincy Jones set the tone. Check your egos at the door. Among the giants present were Stevie Wonder, Diana Ross, Ray Charles, Bruce Springsteen, Bob Dylan, Billy Joel, Cyndi Lauper, Tina Turner, Willie Nelson, Al Jarreau, Kenny Rogers, Paul Simon, Steve Perry, and many others, totaling 46 artists. Many arrived tired from the awards, some with their prizes in hand, but all with remarkable dedication. The session started around 10 p.m. and lasted all night, until almost 8 a.m. the next day. Gaffes and curiosities of the night. Bob Dylan's gaffe and Stevie Wonder's help. Bob Dylan, known for his unique voice and style, struggled to find the right pitch for his solo part in the chorus, seeming uncomfortable with the pop melody. Stevie Wonder, noticing the difficulty, sat at the piano and began to mimic Dylan's voice, singing his part in the correct melody. Dylan found it funny, understood the melody, and successfully recorded his part. Cyndi Lauper's accessories problem. Cyndi Lauper's powerful, quirky voice was a challenge for the audio engineers. Additionally, her many necklaces and earrings made noise when clashing, picked up by the microphones. She had to remove most of her accessories to record. Quincy Jones' patience. Managing so many renowned artists with strong personalities required firm and patient leadership. Jones was praised for his ability to maintain order, inspire the artists, and ensure the recording progressed. Paul Simon's complaint. Even amid the atmosphere of unity, some artists felt they had little spotlight. Paul Simon, for example, jokingly said his part was too short, almost a blink of an eye in the song. The humorous remark reflected the challenge of distributing solos among 46 megastars in just a few minutes of music. Stevie Wonder and the Swahili idea. At one point, Stevie suggested part of the song be sung in Swahili to strengthen the connection with Africa. The proposal generated laughs and some enthusiasm but was ultimately discarded due to lack of time to reorganize everything. Huey Lewis instead of Prince. The solo originally intended for Prince, who declined to participate, went to Huey Lewis. Nervous to sing between Cyndi Lauper and Michael Jackson, he delivered a memorable performance, turning the pressure into one of the song's most iconic moments. Bruce Springsteen's nervousness. Even as the boss, Springsteen entered the studio humbly. His performance was so intense it felt like a solo concert. Many colleagues were impressed with his delivery and energy. Diana Ross and the autographs. In an unexpected gesture, Diana Ross asked colleagues for autographs on a sheet of the music. This spontaneous act broke the ice, and soon other artists followed suit, creating a moment of almost childlike camaraderie, like fans exchanging keepsakes. Al Jarreau emotional. Jarreau was visibly nervous and, to relax, drank a few glasses of wine. This made him emotional and unstable, requiring several takes to get his part right. However, Quincy Jones managed to extract a remarkable, emotionally charged performance from him. Ray Charles at the piano. Toward the early morning, exhausted artists were captivated when Ray Charles began to improvise on the piano. The celebratory atmosphere took over, turning the studio into a true star-studded jam session. The camaraderie. Despite the pressure and fatigue, the atmosphere was one of great camaraderie. Artists who rarely met had the chance to interact, exchange autographs, laugh together, and even see each other as fans. There was a palpable sense of history being made. The absentees and the almost there. Prince. The most notable absence. Prince, one of the biggest stars at the time, and in Los Angeles on the night of the recording, he even won an American Music Award, refused to attend the studio. Theories ranged from shyness to rivalry with Michael Jackson or the desire not to be just another one in a large group. He offered to contribute a separate guitar track, but it didn't happen. His absence was one of Cragen's biggest disappointments. Madonna. Although rising and very popular, Madonna was not invited to the recording. At the time, she had not yet achieved the living legend status that many participants already had. Reports indicate she was quite upset at being excluded. The legacy and the tremendous success. The song We Are the World was released on March 7, 1985, and became an instant phenomenon. It sold millions of copies, broke records, and raised millions of dollars to fight hunger in Africa. More than just a song, it became a global symbol of unity and solidarity, showing the power of music to positively impact the world. The behind the scenes, full of challenges, epic moments, and the giant personalities that brought the project to life, only solidified its legend. The instrumental musicians. Behind the iconic voices, an elite session musician team ensured the instrumental foundation of the song, including John J.R. Robinson, drums, Louis Johnson, bass, and Paulinho da Costa, percussion. The production team. And, of course, the maestros behind the magic. Quincy Jones. Producer, conductor, Michael Jackson. Composer, vocal arranger, Lionel Richie. Composer. This combination of legendary talents and dedication to the cause made We Are the World an unforgettable milestone in music history. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell. This is just the beginning. There's a lot of great content coming soon.